Thanks.
Yeah.
Disneyland is the self-proclaimed happiest place on earth. But the problem with that is it's difficult for us to reside full-time within the gates of Disney, and we visit it infrequently and it's expensive. It'd be way cooler if the happiest place on earth was your own neighborhood. But the problem with that is that architects, urban planners, neighborhood designers, when they focus on the well-being of residents, it's more the safety of residents and not so much promoting happiness or life satisfaction. If the principles of positive psychology were actually brought into neighborhood planning, neighborhoods might look quite different. For example, outdoor living space would be brought from the back of your house to the front of your house. Our houses would have large porches, large enough to accommodate furniture and tables so we could play board games with our families and integrate and interact with our neighbors. There'd be community gardens to increase your connectedness to each other and to nature. You'd have more green spaces. Big green spaces are lovely, but if you've got to commute to them, they don't increase your happiness as much as if the green spaces are more close to your own backyard. Benches would be facing each other, and pathways would be designed so that they're used for leisure purposes. Pathways used for exercise don't increase our happiness as much as pathways in neighborhoods designed for leisure. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that the principles of positive psychology are being brought into neighborhoods. For example, in Western Canada right now, there's a new development. It's called New Monaco, being developed, which is promoting itself as the happiest community in Canada. So they're taking the principles of positive psychology and applying them to the development of this community to make it a happier place. My hope is that positive psychology, that term, will extend in a few years to positive architecture, positive urban design, positive neighborhood planning. Now, that may not happen right away. Some areas are already too densely populated to accommodate green spaces, for example. But even in those instances, architects could design pillars to mimic trees, and sides of buildings could be painted with seascapes and landscapes, and we know that mimicking nature can also help with well-being, can also help with happiness. So my hope is that in a few years, Disneyland will no longer be the happiest place on earth. It'll be your very own neighborhood. Thanks so much. Take care.